Hi everybody from Ocean Beach. This is Jim Mallott. These are the new normal, the masks. Everybody needs to wear one. I've got a lot of conversation I'm hearing that we're not available here in the village. I just wanted to let everybody know we're working very hard for everybody here. My team that I work with every day is Chief George Hess, Chief Ian Levine, Captain of the EMS, Dale Wyckoff. And I work very closely with Maria Silsdorf from the OBA. Anything that comes out from the village is vetted by the three of us. I want to answer a few of your concerns here, and you can, most of this stuff you'll see on our website at any time, and Maria puts it on the OBA bulletin board. And I'd just like to thank the four of them for the work that they do. They work so hard, and for their support. And I'd like to thank Lauren Hess and the Hess family for helping us with the video, for taking this video today, not helping us, they're doing it. So a couple of things that I feel like I should say. We're working hard on this pandemic as hard as anybody can work. You know, we just got through Sandy, and I'm sure you're sick and tired of hearing me say that Sandy is with us every day. Now we got the pandemic. It's the same thing. We're just working hard every day there's so many questions, and there are no answers. The answers come not quick enough for us. But we got through Sandy. Sandy was a little different. We were all in the same boat. With this pandemic, I feel that we're all in the same storm, but we're all in different boats because it affects us all differently. But look where we've come from since Sandy. There were a lot of doubters out there right after Sandy. We couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. We did it. We rebuilt this village. We spent $25 million so far on rebuilding this village, and we still have another $25 million to go. So with that said, I just want to get into a couple of quick questions. And as I said, you'll find all these on the website going forward. Is the island closed? Of course it's not closed. We expect you to come. It's your island, and we want you to come. Check the ferry website, and the ferry will give you their guidelines. Everybody wears a mask on the boat. Keep your mask on. When you get off the boat, you're going to see signs. You must wear a mask in Ocean Beach at all times. I can't say that enough. Okay? Just random questions that I have here. Will there be more emergency services this summer? We have an emergency protocol. If you go to the website, you will see that protocol for COVID-V. And also we will constantly have a paid EMT here who will be able to take care of any emergencies that come along. So we won't be hiring any new people. We have enough. Will there be a doctor's office? We don't think at this moment there will be a doctor's office, because it just adds to the danger. If somebody with COVID-19 shows up at the doctor's office, that doctor's office is then closed, and everybody that's been surrounded by the disease then is put in quarantine. So I don't think we want to go there. And as I said, there's a protocol on the website. Take a look at it. Grocery services are here. There's a couple of grocery stores open. You don't go into the store. You stay outside the store. You order your groceries. You pick up your groceries. There's a couple of restaurants that are doing to-go, and they will continue to do to-go. I don't know if there's going to be, when more restaurants are going to open. I think a couple more are looking to open for Memorial Day weekend. They will only be to go at this time. We won't know anything about restaurants opening until we hear from the big boss, who is Governor Cuomo, who we listen to and you should listen to, every day. That's where we take our orders from. The chain of command is Cuomo, the county, the towns, and the village. We're on the low end of the totem pole, but we are on those calls with the county every day at 4 o'clock, among other conference calls that we have. Then we get into the marina. The transient marina is closed. The homeowner marina is open. We just ask that you don't linger on the dock and have parties on the dock by your boat. Just use the marina as you need to. Lifeguards, I spoke to Nick today. Nick's still in Colorado. He thinks he's on his way back. Nick and Mackay are contacting the 30 lifeguards that we have. Just checking out to see who's going to be available, who's not going to be available. We're going to be prepared for a full-on summer. Will we have a full-on summer? I don't think so, but we're gearing up for it. We can always gear down. You know, I feel that we need to be prepared. What will the beach look like this summer is another question that we're waiting to have answered for us. So all I can tell you is we'll be prepared. Memorial Day, there will be lifeguards on the beach. The water's going to be too cold to swim, obviously, but people will be able to go to the beach. We request that you, at the moment, that you keep moving, that nobody's laying on the beach. The weather's usually not conducive to laying on the beach, but we ask you, when you go to the beach, use your common sense. If somebody's sitting on the beach, try to stay away from them. If you have to sit next to somebody on the beach, ask them if the distancing is okay with them. Use common sense. That's all I can ask you to do there. So that's lifeguards. Let me go into the short-term rentals, the weekly rentals and the 2 weekly rentals. Right now, our code says that we can do 1 week rentals. That's the minimum, 1 week. There's been some conversation about 2 week rentals. At this time, and there's been a lot of weekly rentals done already, and I think that homeowners have enough to bear without trying to, without changing their whole rental attitude with going to a 2 week rental. There's too many people have rented already. I think things are tough enough. People need to be able to rent their houses in order to pay their mortgages and pay their taxes. So that's my feeling on that one. Speaking of taxes, okay, a couple of weeks ago we passed the budget. I'm sure a lot of you were on that call. And I just want to go back to that. Let me get rid of the 800-pound elephant that's in the room here in regards to raises. Okay? We start our budget process in October and November, Steve and I. We talk to our staff before we ever award any raises. They're brought into the conversation, and our raises are based on those conversations and what we got from our employees and what we expect to get from our employees. Those raises are done then in October, November, December when we meet with our staff. Okay, except for the police, which is a contractual. Okay, now I've said this before, I said this in Sandy, that our raises, 90% of the raises that are given in this village come from FEMA. We're still collecting money from FEMA for what we call direct administration costs. We pick up probably $150,000, $160,000 a year for direct administration costs, which means when we work here in the beach and we're working on the FEMA projects, Sandy projects, that all that money is reimbursed to the taxpayer through the direct administration costs. Okay, that means my salary, Steve's salary, and a few of the clerk's salaries in the office, part of the police department, part of the blue collar, part of the office staff is covered under the direct administration costs. So it's not directly involved with the taxpayers. I want you to know that stuff, okay? Now, as far as the taxes go, we're going to hold the line on taxes this year, next year, and the year after. We're going to have 0 increases. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was splitting the taxes. You know, there was a lot of conversation to make it easier on the homeowners and the residents here to split their taxes. We felt, and the board felt, that it wasn't a time to split the taxes. You know, our taxes, we don't get our taxes into July. We need that money to run this village. If I split it and have one payment in July and another one in September, I don't know what I'm going to get in July. I could get 50% of 50%. What we're going to do now is we're going to hope and pray that everybody pays their taxes. If they don't, I'm appealing to the governor to give us a safety net, give the village a safety net that we can function on without everybody's taxes. If people cannot pay their taxes, I understand. I'm in the same boat. You have to realize that I'm in the same boat. I have a business here. I don't know if we're going to open at all this year. My taxes are pretty high. They're probably twice what anybody else's are, and we have, and no business makes it difficult for everybody. So we're all in that same boat, and we're working on that stuff going forward. What else have I got here? As I say, the restaurants are not going to be open yet. We're talking to the state of what we can expect going forward as far as occupancy on restaurants and what that's going to look like. I'm working with the Chamber of Commerce on all of those things. You know, everybody's concentrated on cleanliness and cleaning and how this is going to work. You know, we're probably looking at, as you probably all well know, paper plates, plastic knives, disposable, social distancing, all the things that everybody's talking about. We're fully aware of what's going on there. Summer camp. We don't know if there's going to be a camp yet or not. We're waiting to hear from the governor. You know, as you all well know, they've cancelled schools for the rest of the season. They haven't said anything about camps yet, but if I was a gambling man, I would say that the camps are not going to be open this summer. How do we social distance in Ocean Beach? Because of the narrowness of the streets. You know, we're talking about now making streets one way up, and then you go up Bayberry and down Denhoff and up Cottage and down Bungalow. It's just an experiment. We don't know how many people we're going to get here, and we'll have to react as we see what goes on. Again, Memorial Day is usually it's a big drinking weekend, as everybody is well aware. But with no bars and restaurants open over here, I don't see it being a great big deal here. If people understand that there's nowhere to hang out in a bar here, I think that it's not going to happen. Ocean Bay Park is on the same wavelength that we're on. Flynn's is not going to be open. We don't expect that huge crowd again. So that I could go on here for a couple of hours, but I think I've covered all the main points. Just know that we're here working for you, and we're working every day, 24/7, just as we were in Sandy. And please, everybody, do your best, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.